Jayson, you guys started out kind of slow there. Ime said a little bit frantic there. What was it behind that frantic start? Why did you guys come out to the frantic start? Was it something that you guys were doing, something that they were doing to you? And then how did you guys turn it around in the second half?
I mean, we got to give them credit. They definitely came out. We expected it. It didn't look like it, but we knew, when you go up game 1-0 that, they're going to come out playing faster. They were very physical. They kind of like punched us in the mouth first half. But, ultimately we eventually responded, later in the game.
JT, you sat at the beginning of the fourth quarter after you played the entire second half last time, and then you come in and Ime has you just targeting their guards over and over again and grinding them out in isolation. So how big did just getting that rest help you be ready to kind of grind it out when you got back in there? And were you guys just trying to target whatever short guy you could get on you?
Yeah, definitely needed that 2 minutes, that 2-minute breather. And yeah, I think that's what the playoffs are about, just finding matchups that you like and trying to find an advantage.
What did you see from your, supporting cast tonight? Grant, Peyton obviously played big roles in that fourth quarter, but, Al, Daniel too. How was that group able to kind of propel you up when you and Jalen were struggling early there?
Oh, this was a humongous team effort. Team win. This was an ugly game, for especially like probably the first 3 quarters. We weren't necessarily, I wasn't shooting the ball well at all. JB, started taking over late. But, Grant, Smart, Al, Tice, D. White, Peyton, everybody contributed. This was a well-rounded, team win. We needed everybody. Everybody that played, brought something to the table.
Jayson, Jalen talked about not being able to play in the playoffs last year and how excited he was. One, just how great is it to have him in this series this year? And two, can you sense and see, just how excited he is to be back out there and how that's sort of manifesting itself in the way he's playing?
Yeah. It makes the world of difference having Jaylen Brown as opposed to not having him like last year. He's a competitor, and, I know that, we all know that. So, it's that time of the year, and, we all just, willing to do whatever it takes to win, every game.
Hey, Jayson, you mentioned this being a humongous team win and just the way that you guys grinded this out. I'm just curious from your perspective. Obviously, you take any win any way you can get it, but do these types of wins mean more when you're trying to make a long playoff push?
I think so. Every game isn't going to be highlight plays and, 40-point nights and things like that. This is like an old-fashioned, old-school playoff game. Both teams were physical from the jump, getting into each other and just making it difficult. And you just had to grind it out. And, that's what we did. It was down 14-15, and we just stuck with it. We would cut the lead down to 4 or 5, then we turn it over, they hit a 3, they go back to 9 or 10. But we just stuck with it. I'm very proud of, the guys and just how we kept responding all night.
Steve Nash said tonight Kevin Durant hasn't looked comfortable at all. You guys have maintained a certain level of presence around him. How have you been able to do that and dealing with him in this series?
Just show a crowd. You don't want to give somebody like that open looks or, just easy, uncontested shots. That's when it's going to be a tough night. But, as much as you can, just show a crowd, try to make them work for things. And, at the end of the day, he's going to make shots. but you just don't want them to be easy, and him not to feel you. And we can do that as much as we can. We live with the result.
And then Coach K sitting courtside with Pags. What is it like having him in the arena?
That was great. I was thrilled when he told me he was coming to a game. It's the first game he's been able to come see me play in person, since I left Duke. Obviously he got a lot of time on his hand. But it was great having him here. That's my guy, so, it was great having him in the building.
Going back to Durant, one of the things about Durant is people never block his shot, but you've gotten him a couple of times already this series. What allows you to get up and block Durant? And do you have a sense that maybe that he's been getting a little worn down over the course of these games?
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting lucky with a couple of those blocks. But I think, as I said earlier, it's just, with somebody that, obviously he's just one of the most gifted scorers that, we've seen. So just knowing that you just can't, it can't be easy. I can't give him open looks, rhythm shots and things like that. So, we just follow the game plan and as best as we can try to make it tough for him. And, as tall as he is, he can get his shot off. And, he can do all those things. But, if we just try to make it tough for him. And like I said, he's going to make some shots. As long as we contest, that's all we can do.
Jayson, you guys scratched to get down 10 at halftime. How much trust do you have, and if you established an Ime, you're going to make those adjustments? The Denver game, you were down 10 at halftime. There's been the Atlanta game, you were down double digits. You have made second half comebacks, and how much trust do you have that Udoka is going to make those adjustments and you can prevail?
Excuse me. Yeah, we all trust each other. We trust the coaching staff, they trust us. Excuse me. And you just understand it's a long game. And, I know that I look to my left and my right, the guys in that locker room, we're going to fight to the end. May not always end how we want or be perfect, but, we always give ourselves a chance. We don't enjoy being down 10 or double digits at halftime, but, it's basketball and sometimes it happens. I think it's just all about how you respond.
Jayson, you're getting pretty frustrated at times. It seems like you're yelling to yourself, slamming the ball on the ground a little bit. Like these defenses are swarming you. It's nothing new, but obviously it's a different level here. How do you kind of stay focused and not let that kind of take you out of your game and find ways to impact otherwise?
I think I did that tonight. I think I figured out other ways. I didn't score 40, but I feel like I impacted us in helping us win the game. I gotta give them credit. They were physical in the beginning and obviously made it tougher than the other night. But it was to be expected. It's the playoffs, I'm showing emotion. I want to win, and we all do. And, I get frustrated with myself. But, just how we responded, how I responded. I think we responded well tonight, obviously. We came out with a win. Every game not going to be perfect, and, it's part of it.